Felix the Ferret in the Infinity Mailroom. Have you ever lost something so special that finding it felt like finding a missing piece of your heart? That's exactly what happened to Felix the Ferret inside the strangest mailroom in the world. Felix lived in the sleepy town of Whisperborough, known not for its buildings or bridges, but for a magical underground mailroom where the letters didn't carry words, they carried feelings. Each envelope shimmered with a color of emotion: joy, sadness, bravery, curiosity, and more. These were delivered to creatures across the land to remind them of feelings they had forgotten or needed to feel again. Felix worked there as a mail mood sorter. He was fast, organized, and had a real knack for feeling what others felt, sometimes even before they did. But Felix himself, he kept his own emotions zipped up tighter than a scroll in a bottle. One glowing morning, Felix was sorting letters when he spotted a golden envelope floating toward him. It pulsed with warm orange light and the unmistakable fuzz of pure joy. The label read, "To the Cloud Rabbit for her rainy day blues." Felix smiled. This was a precious delivery. He carefully tucked the letter into his delivery satchel, then promptly sneezed. It was one of those sneezes that shakes your whiskers. In the blink of an eye, the golden envelope flew out of his bag and spiraled into the infinity chute, a swirling portal where lost letters tumbled endlessly until claimed. "Oh no," Felix whispered, "that letter is too important." Without a second thought, Felix dove into the infinity chute after it. The air whooshed past him as colors danced in the spiral. He landed with a puff in a room filled with foggy drawers labeled with feelings. But everything felt off. Suddenly, a letter zipped past his face. It buzzed like a bee and glowed blue. As Felix reached for it, the room began to ripple. "Identify your feeling," a voice echoed from the ceiling. Confused," Felix said. The blue letter hovered, opened on its own, and whooshed right into his chest. Felix blinked. The room shimmered. He was now standing in a memory, his memory of a day when his best friend moved away. Little Felix sat alone, pretending he wasn't sad. But now, in this emotional echo, he felt the sadness fully, and it made him feel strangely lighter. Then the room melted again. Now he was in a glowing cave labeled the Hall of Worry. He tiptoed through rows of anxious envelopes. One jumped into his paws. This time, Felix saw himself panicking before his first day as a mail mood sorter, hiding under his mailbag because he was afraid he'd mess up. "Whoa," he muttered. "I never really dealt with that." A chuckle echoed from behind a shelf. Out stepped a tall figure with envelopes stuck to its coat. "You're not here just to find a letter, Felix," the figure said. "You're here to find yourself." Felix blinked. Who are you?" "I'm Echo," it said, "a memory keeper, and this is where creatures come when they lose important feelings, not things." "I need that joy letter," Felix shouted. "The Cloud Rabbit needs it." Echo nodded. "You'll find it, but not until you've remembered how to feel your own joy." Felix hesitated. He couldn't remember the last time he felt joyful just for being him. Echo held out an envelope. It glowed orange, the same shade as the lost joy letter. "Your own joy is in here," Echo said. "Will you open it?" Felix took the letter, and as he opened it, his fur fizzled with warmth. Suddenly, he was dancing as a young kit in puddles, laughing as rain soaked his fur, chasing fireflies on summer nights, and singing terribly in the sorting room when no one listened. His heart bloomed with forgotten happiness. The room pulsed. The golden letter appeared above his head, shining brighter than ever. "You're ready," Echo smiled. Felix nodded, eyes wide. "Thank you." Back through the infinity chute he soared, cradling the golden letter like a treasure. He burst into the Cloud Rabbit's burrow just as a grey rain cloud hovered over her bed. "Special delivery," he beamed. The Cloud Rabbit sniffled and opened the envelope. Instantly, the room glowed. The cloud puffed away. Her eyes sparkled with a giggle she hadn't felt in weeks. "Thank you, Felix," she whispered. Felix finally understood. Feelings weren't problems to sort and send, they were bridges, and his job wasn't just to deliver emotions, but to understand his own. From that day on, Felix became the first ever feeling guide of the Infinity Mailroom. He still sorted letters, but now he helped creatures find the feelings they'd lost and the ones they never knew they needed. And every once in a while, when no one was looking, Felix danced in the rain just for the joy of it. Moral of the story: it's okay to lose your way sometimes, especially if it helps you rediscover who you really are. True joy comes from within, and when you find it, you light up the world around you.